Tony just didn't have anything other to go off of than just his funny.
Where does he rank for you in like your top comedians?
Tony Hinchcliffe?
Now,
Yeah.
Nowhere.
Is he in your top 10 right now?
Hell no.
Tony Hinchcliffe?
No.
He sucks. That's why.
Good.
That doesn't mean you suck.
Good. Well,
sucks.
Jay is really thinking about it. So
I'm trying to think of like who's like top 5, nigga. Like shit.
Nah. But just
Top
'cause you-
10, maybe top 15. Like right now, we're talking now.
Oh, you talking about right now?
Yeah, right now.
I
Yeah,
thought you meant my
oh,
favorite.
no,
all
not-
time.
We're not
no,
talking
no,
all the time.
no,
That would be
oh,
impossible
right
to
now,
compare.
top 10.
And
But and
Where?
that's not all
Where?
skill.
Where's he at in that top 10?
That isn't all skill.
What are you weighing it at?
Is
That's how many live viewers are on?
success is a vague word to just be like, I'm judging it off success. But that matters. Like Madison Square Garden, it's pretty big.
are you judging? You're
Schultz
judging?
is definitely in your
Okay.
top 10 then
Pretty
too,
big.
right?
Yeah, we're talking about current, like active
yeah. I know,
comedians
I know.
who's hustling.
You talking about sales or you talking about talent, nigga?
I think both
he's combining both of them.
It's the same with basketball to where it's like you can't just put a nigga in your top 10 because
It's
he's
just
good.
weird because you're
There's
the
gotta
purist.
be team
you know?
success.
It's weird to hear you say that, being like the comedy purist. I thought you would go straight for the art.
Yeah, that's nasty.
What are you
Yeah,
talking about?
that's
Say,
crazy.
so say your whole point
That was
again
disgusting.
because I
That's
didn't take you
disgusting
serious
of
at
you.
first. I
I
thought
like
you
how
was
you did
saying
that. I like how you did that, white man.
Yeah,
What do
that's
you even
insane,
do?
bro.
You're the comedy
He
purist, so
chose
it's
a
kind of
side.
disgusting that you're factoring in sales.
Yeah, what the
Why
fuck
not?
are you doing?
That's disgusting.
Why not? I thought you meant current right now.
I am talking current right now. So tell me who, in the purest form of comedy, is your top
It's a
10
GOAT, nigga.
current right now? Does he make it
He's in the top 10. He's in the top 10.
in the purest form of comedy? Not considering any sort of I can sell out Madison Square Garden.
well, if
That's what we're talking about.
if
right
you're
now.
talking
Right.
purest form, then
They
Tony
think-
is a pure form. Like he's the purest form of comedy.
Is he good
and,
though?
and he's in your top 10.
I'm gonna be honest. I can't even think of like 10 niggas. So just to be safe, I'll put him in 15. But yes, he's up there for sure. For sure.
Yeah. He's one of the top. In terms of comedy in 2024, he's
So
one of
He's,
the top
so,
comedians.
so the answer to your question was no, because he's not in your top 10, because you don't feel comfortable saying that. But
Right.
for you, it is, yes.
I'll put him in my top 10
And
for
you-
current comedians.
And you were
Top 10.
also earlier just trying to factor in ticket sales,
It's
which is
insane.
crazy.
But I didn't
Nasty.
say ticket
It's
sales.
nasty
Is
work.
Matt? So if we kept that, then I
The
would be
question-
like, then Matt Rife better be in
And
there.
first
The
of all,
question,
Lauren,
when
you
you
saying that means nothing. Because if
Why?
we was like, who's your favorite rapper? I'm pretty sure he's gonna have a hefty amount of sales.
But I'm not
correct?
going to go off of that. Just because he
No.
has that doesn't
But
mean that
no.
that's.
And-
I'm not,
and
I'm not
You're
terms-
gonna-
acting like that was my main factor, though.
I know-
I feel
the
like
fact-
I feel like for
No,
your
I know
question,
it wasn't
I feel
your-
like it mattered.
No,
because I thought you meant who. If you Google on a list, who are the top
No,
10
he said who is
active
yours.
comedians?
Who
I
is
said, who is
yours?
yours? I said, who is yours?
My favorite,
He's not up there. I
11.
can tell. You're just fighting this point.
So he's number 11.
11.
You're
So
just
he's not
fighting
even in
this
the
point.
top
Yeah,
10.
He's not. He's just fighting the
As
point,
the-
nigga. He's
as
just
the
fighting the point.
conversation
He's 11.
Nigga
Just
sucks.
fighting the
But-
point.
He doesn't suck.
Yeah,
But you
bro.
gotta understand, it's
We're slowly
top-
breaking this nigga down.
top
I'm loving
You
this
realize that
15.
Tony Hinchcliffe sucks. We're trash.
We're not as comedians.
Yeah.
Y'all are better than
Well,
him.
No,
which is
y'all are
true.
better than him.
No,
We're
we're not.
trash.
Y'all, no, y'all.
And I wish y'all
We're
could
not.
see
See,
it.
that's the
No, no,
the
y'all are better.
dissonance.
No,
I
y'all
get
are-
what you're saying.
He's trash.
But no, we're trash. We're trash compared to Kill Tony.
You've got to think better of yourself, bro.
Are we comparing the show or are we
I think-
comparing funny?
I don't think you guys understand that.
Are we
Like
comparing the show or funny?
the funny. We're talking about funny.
Y'all are funnier than them.
You have look
For sure.
I would never be like a nigga is
Funnier.
I won't like disagree with that. But
Yeah, I'll take it.
The fact is that we're not.
You are. Don't hold these niggas that high. If they're not
I'm
funny, they're
not-
not that funny.
I just don't like the fact that like, oh, well, he's not your top 10. The nigga ain't shit. Like, come on, nigga.
Yeah, they acting like that
so
matters.
that's so hard to say,
Like there's not
I'm
a
not-
top 50.
especially
75.
Wow.
The NBA got
It's
a
not the
top
same.
75.
That's not the same,
All them
nigga.
niggas get jackets with the patches
What are the
and all that
conversation?
shit.
Niggas want to have the conversation about the top 10, top 5.
Would you be mad if you were the 75th greatest rapper of all time?
No.
So why are we acting like top 10 is the barometer for success?
Because the conversation isn't top 75 rappers, it's the top 10 rappers. It's the
Why
top
is
5.
the conversation top 10?
Because
Is
that's
it good-
more because
is
those
it-
are the
because it's convenient for
because
you.
they're the 10 percentile out of these 100 niggas.
Yeah.
The 10%. What about the 75th percentile?
We don't care when we're talking about the
NBA.
We don't care when we're talking about the top 10 percentile.
Fucking yeah.
They ain't got shit on the
75th
71st person.
Tony Hinchcliffe,
Or the 71st
when it
person
comes
got
to
shit on
comedy,
them.
even if you think we're naturally funnier just because we're more your style, that's true. But when it comes to the actual mechanics of this shit, There's a learning curve.
Would he go into the Hall of Fame?
He's
if
been
there's a
through
Hall
that
of Fame?
learning curve.
Is he going to the Hall of Fame?
When it's all said and done, you never know. Like Shane Gillis right now, he's one of like the funniest new comics to me, but I don't know where his career is gonna end. Niggas,
And another thing, even with Shane Gillis,
I
like
can see his comedy getting better though.
Shane Gillis is definitely gonna get better because he has to.
He has a style of comedy that only gets better. Tony Hinchcliffe has a style of comedy.
not necessarily. Like
does.
even
That turns into hack.
Shane Gillis is funny as shit, but he even has a few things that like it's not a crutch, but
Everybody
like,
has a shtick, and there's nothing
Well,
wrong
everybody
with that.
does because that's your moneymaker. Like Burt Kreischer whored his out the worst when it came to the machine story.
He don't even have a stick. He
But
has
everybody
a-
has a thing that like got them the mass fame. Like they were doing comedy for 20 years, but it's just one bit that blew them over the top where there's one special. So there's nothing wrong with that because that's what happens with almost all the comedians.
How you think
What?
Schultz would have did?
I think he'd have
How you
cooked
think
it.
he
I
would've
think he
killed
would
it?
have. I think he would have killed it.
Schultz
He'd
would've been-
have killed it.
He'd have
I
been-
think
It
he'd
would
have
have been better than Tony Hinchcliffe for sure.
Schultz is better than Tony Hinchcliffe. That's why.
Yes.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
it's-
I
yeah,
don't disagree.
for sure.
Yeah, it's not even close.
You got-
but,
I couldn't even compare.
he would have killed it.
Schultz would have tried harder.
But even though
That's what I don't like
because
what
even
you're
at the
doing.
roast, that was my favorite I've ever seen Tony Hinchcliffe. And honestly, the talk was about Tony Hinchcliffe. He wasn't hosting, right?
No.
Nah, he wasn't hosting.
He just had a moment.
Kevin Hart was hosting it.
That's
Yeah,
right. Kevin
yeah,
Hart was
yeah.
hosting. But if Schultz was higher up in the night instead of literally being like dead last or second to last,
Yeah.
I think they would have been talking about Schultz's performance just as much as Tony's performance. Because Schultz killed that roast too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was just really late in the night.
He did.
And we were like, because that shit was like 3.5 hours.
fucking
Remember
long.
that?
It
was long,
Nigga, that shit was
man.
long. And it was long as fuck, bro. Like, by the time we got the Schultz, I mean, we were 3 hours in.
You understand why they cut the shit.
Yeah, bro. It was a long ass show. So if it was higher up in the night, I think, yeah, they would have been talking about it just as much.
And I don't like how you make it sound like
Oh my God.
Tony didn't try. Like
don't
this
like
is the
a lot of
fucking rally,
shit.
nigga. He tried for this. Like,
I'm not.
Well, you don't know.
okay.
How would you know?
Because it's a rally. Why would you go there and not try?
Well, that's common thought, but that's also an assumption, Lauren. It doesn't. Do you think he wrote the fuck out of those jokes?
I do. I think he tried to.
did
Do
they
you
sound-
try? Do you try every day at work? Do you really try every fucking day at work?
every
Yeah,
day,
I do.
no.
For the most part.
Or do sometimes you go to work late?
For the most part.
You know what I'm saying? You fucking don't try. And I think that's.
But I also don't
and
think
that's
this is one
another
of
case.
But if I know that the fucking VP is coming to work that day, nigga, I'm gonna be on some shit.
Yes.
One thing to be fair is that he's definitely writing jokes for a very specific setting. This is a different circumstance than he's used to being in. So
That's
his
fair.
jokes being a little shittier, it's like he's got to be a little bit aligned.
You have to
in this
have
situation.
like an actual connection to what you're joking about. That's
Which he
what really
doesn't.
makes jokes funny because you can feel it. It's like it comes off the body
I wish he would have
language.
told us about the trash problem in Puerto Rico. That would have made that joke a lot funnier.
Good connection.
No, I wish he would have had you as a writer, nigga. That would have made it a lot.
I do
funnier.
too, because he wouldn't have made that mistake.
And he would have rhymed because you're a rapper.
That joke would have been so much worse.
I would have
There would've been a bunch of
I'd
bars
have been
in
like,
there.
that's all. You're not gonna tell us what you're talking about, nigga?
He would've- he
You
would've-
just gonna dunk on Puerto Rico.
Because I didn't,
Right,
yeah,
right,
he
right.
kind of assumed that everybody knew about the pillow
fuck?
shit
Yeah,
because I didn't know about the pillow
You're not gonna
shit.
tell us nothing. You just gonna say
That's
Puerto Rico.
why-
Like,
that's
Yeah,
why
yeah.
when
No,
they-
nigga.
That's why when they laugh, his face lit up. He's like, okay, they got it. Let me go in.
Part of
you can see it happen.
Part of comedy, you're gonna have to assume. Assumption plays a big part in comedy.
I love these
because you gotta
excuses.
leave shit up to assumption.
It's not
Yeah,
excuses.
and you're
That's
right.
how comedy works.
You're right, but you should give people at least a little bit to work with so they could work to understand.
Now,
the
quick
jokes.
question.
You do that
Think
when
about the
you're good at
Puerto
comedy,
Rico
though.
joke. Did you hear about this island of garbage in the Pacific Ocean? He just gave you a little quick bits of information. He's building up your expectations to like, oh, he's talking about something that we really care about. Bow, Puerto Rico. The suspense is gone. The room is like, you're either gonna laugh or you're gonna go, what did he say?
Or you go-
But that's what's supposed to happen
Yeah.
with the joke. You're supposed to put a pin in the suspension in the room.
and that didn't happen, right?
It definitely happened. But, you know, there's adverse reactions. Everybody feels a certain way. Some people, I can't believe
Yeah,
it.
and it is tone deaf going at a group of people like
A marginalized minority.
not even that. It's
I thought it was a good one.
this close to the election. It's
alliteration, dumbass.
actually ridiculous to do a joke that targeted towards a racial group.
Yeah.
Because
Fucking island.
nigga, everything matters right
And
now. You know what I mean?
to
Like
what you just said, right? Like
If Trump loses,
it'd be
it,
one
Tony
thing.
felt-
It'd be one thing if he said Americans, or Or just white people.
This is another like like you're not supposed to use your powers for bad, and what bad is like bullying,
punching down.
You know, that's why jokes about that clip when Shane Gillis was going at Andrew and his cast members like, yo, don't joke about autism. That's not funny.
Oh yeah.
There's certain things that you shouldn't joke on because there's no social awareness to it, right?
It looks like you're being cruel. If you're you gotta.
They say that about Dave Chappelle, and I love it every time.
Tony being a white dude, like just how it looks, white dude says he's a comedian. You know,
well, Hispanics voted for Trump already, like are assimilating to white anyway. So,
we'll say that one more time. I didn't hear it.
Hispanics voted for Trump already have a certain level of assimilation to white culture anyway.
Yeah. Yes.
For the most part, yeah.
They probably identify on a few syllabuses or something.
Sure.
But,
identify with cowboys.
That's par for the course. And even Andrew Schultz on Brilliant Idiots, they was talking about this shit. He had brought up something that I had noticed too. I was like, yo, at the MAGA rally, there was people that was like, whoa, that was a little crazy.
Oh yeah.
And when you think about it, like you wouldn't. This is the place where, like, allegedly the most racist, bigoted, monstrous people are. You would think they would have ate that shit up. Even the MAGA niggas is like,
If the Latino
I don't know
vote
how I
goes
feel
down, they
about
could
this
blame
shit.
him.
Oh, they're definitely gonna blame him.
Yep.
They're already blaming him now, and nothing's happened. So which is good because you have to, you know, save your ass. You know what I mean? Especially if everybody's
And one
in
day
outrage.
you have to get better, and hopefully this makes Tony better.
this podcast is about other podcasts, and it's kind of about comedy. I don't think we should shy away from this.
No,
I like proving you wrong.
This is a
AJ.
big issue.
I've been winning this whole time.
Yeah, what do
You
you
haven't
mean
won
right now?
nothing. And AJ,
Wait, I like how Lauren.
I forgot your name. That's how much your opinion is in yours, nigga.
We've been cooking this subject too.
Yeah,
We're
what
at
are you
like
talking
45
about?
minutes.
This nigga Lauren said we. You came in like 15 minutes in.
I'm about to
Lauren.
break it up. Like I'm about to split it in half. I'm gonna have to.
Oh yeah, nah. But
We'll end this
Just
with
give my best-
Tony Hinchcliffe is fucking trash. And
What are you gonna title this video? I gotta concur. I gotta consent. Because that shit gonna be something crazy.
what should I title this? It'll be like everybody realizing the world's realizing how terrible Tony Hinchcliffe is. Something like along those lines.
should Joe Rogan drop him?
Yeah, something like that. Like everybody.
Lauren's gonna put a picture of the Rogan sphere broken.
Yeah. Or something like everybody's realizing how shitty he is. Like something along those lines.
Rogan admits.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Rogan
And
says
I like
Tony's
how
a terrible comic.
nobody is really saying he's bad. He's just saying, you know.
I'm using this opportunity to say that he's bad.
I know, but the
You're
main
well aware of
consensus isn't really that he sucks. Just more so that
Tone deaf.
it's a time and place.
Tone
Yeah.
Wrong place.
Unfortunately.
This is better for his career.
Said something about his skill.